I nominate Overwatch 2 as Game of the Year. Yes, I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking that it deserves even more than just Game of the Year. Hell, we should give it the title as the best game ever created, and it's not even released yet. I give it this title because Overwatch 2 is truly a phenomenon in video game history. Welcome to this video, the video where some random kid on the internet talks about why Overwatch 2 is really unfitting to be called a sequel. Now, before I talk about the negatives, I would just like to say that I've played Overwatch a lot in the past, and at a point I actually really liked the game for a while. I think to this day, the game has some really cool cinematics and characters, and the gameplay can be really intense and fun at times as well. But with the few positives I have, at least for me, there's a lot I don't like about this game, even more than before with the announcement of Overwatch 2. First of all, don't even get me started about how loving and friendly the Overwatch community is. Second of all, the heroes are extremely balanced in every way possible. And lastly, just Hammond. Just fucking Hammond. What even is Hammond? Literally a hamster inside of a rolling ball. A hamster inside of a rolling mechanical ball. A hamster inside of a robot that rolls, and it's a ball. And it's like a hamster ball. Like what the fuck? What even is Hammond? Who came up with Hammond? What the fuck is this? Like, can someone please tell me what this thing is? The reason I think Overwatch 2 is a joke is because it's just flat out not a second game. At the most, this game should have been an expansion to the game as a PvE game mode, not a sequel. So now, most people would probably think, well, there's gotta be something different about the game if it's a sequel, right? Well, surprisingly, that's wrong, because all of the characters in Overwatch 2 are the same, with the same old abilities they had in Overwatch 1. In fact, if you own Overwatch 1, you'll get to play all the new heroes in Overwatch 2. You'll get to play the new PvP game mode, gonna talk more about that in a little bit, and you'll get to play one new hero. Well, from the looks of it, it's one hero, but they said on release there should be more, which is a good thing. I'm not sure about you, but if they can only show one hero right now for their brand new game and not even show any abilities for the PvP side of the game, that's a little bit questionable, don't you think? Another thing is that there will be a few new maps, but all of the old maps will be in the new game as well, from the looks of it. So basically they're just reusing 90% of the content from the original game, if you think about it. Apparently, if you wanted to, you could literally just stay on Overwatch 1 and get everything in Overwatch 2 excluding the PvE game mode, and you're telling me this is a fucking sequel. When I say the PvP in Overwatch 2 is the same, believe me, because I even got to play it at BlizzCon this year, and I literally felt like I was playing the same exact game as Overwatch 1, just with some small visual changes to the UI that honestly look way worse in my opinion. So now you're probably thinking, well, you haven't talked that much about the new PvP game mode yet, so what could possibly be wrong with that? Well, Overwatch 2's quote-unquote new game mode is literally just tower control from Splatoon, but with a big robot instead. Now, I'm not sure if Splatoon took tower control from another game, but from what I know, it is literally identical to tower control from Splatoon, just without the paint and the squids, of course. So now we have to talk about the new PvE game mode they're adding in Overwatch 2, because that seems to be about 80% of the new content they're adding into the game. Wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. Adding into the game? Oh, yeah, I forgot there were two separate games for a second. So most of us probably know by now that Overwatch adds different PvE game modes for specific events in Overwatch by now, right? Well, in Overwatch 2, this new PvE game mode that they're going to release is just a few new maps with a bunch of co-op missions against what seems to be brainless robots. And that's not bad, but Overwatch is literally a PvP game, so the majority of Overwatch players that don't give a shit about PvE game modes in Overwatch are literally left with nothing in the new game. From what it looks like in the new PvE game mode, you'll be able to level up and upgrade the heroes you play with, and unlock new abilities, which is kinda cool, I guess. And that's all they're adding, nothing else. So guess what, everyone? Now we have Save the World Overwatch Edition. I'm kidding, but in all seriousness, it really doesn't look that bad. If you want me to be really honest, I could see the new PvE game mode being a lot of fun. And even if the new PvP game mode is just straight up a copy, I don't think it's going to be that bad as well, honestly. So from everything we've seen in the trailers, we're getting a new PvP game mode, a few new heroes, and a PvE campaign, which is really not a lot for it to be called a brand new game. But what my main problem is that Blizzard is marketing this as a second game when it's really nothing close to that. If anything, this is a DLC, not a brand new game, Blizzard. At the core of things, this just looks like a cash grab, if anything. They're hyping it up by saying it's a new Overwatch game so then thousands of people buy it. And just because it has that Overwatch title, they know people are going to buy it. So it really doesn't matter if it's high quality content. But if it just had the DLC title, then maybe not as many people would buy it. So that's why they're slapping an Overwatch 2 title on there and then shipping it out to people. Personally, I'm not a big fan of PvE in Overwatch, but you know, some people out there are, and this may be something for those people that are possibly excited and even maybe willing to buy the new game. So you do you if you want to play the new Overwatch game. Honestly, it could be fun. So originally I actually wasn't going to make a video on this because it's like a month after BlizzCon and the releases of the Overwatch 2 trailers. But then I was like, well, I just really want to cover it, so here I am. I'm making this video. There's not very many YouTube videos about why Overwatch 2 should not be called a new game, so I was just like, okay, I'm just going to make it. So just deal with it, okay? Just deal with it. Here it is. This is it right here. Okay, I don't care if a few carrots a month late, so here it is right here. Just fucking deal with it. You know, make sure you subscribe if you're new, because I only have 4 subscribers right now, and it's kind of sad. So subscribe, please. I'm begging you. Or I mean, just don't subscribe. But if you don't subscribe, then you're saying you like Overwatch too. So you know. I think if it was called a DLC, I would be much more accepting about it, and I probably wouldn't be as raged. But they are literally calling this a sequel. So you know. But anyways, thank you for watching this video, and thank you again if you made it to the end of the video. But if all of this new Overwatch content seems like a lot for you to handle, or maybe too little, which, let's be real here, it's probably too little, you can always just go and play Team Fortress 2. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.